Now, what does losing a wallet, being really good at solving a Rubik's Cube, and a triple platinum single with Haley Steinfeld have in common? Hi, I'm Kyle from Republica FM1, and this is FM1 Spotlight. It's being brought to us by radio stations under the Philippine Broadcasting Service, Republica FM1, FM1 Davao, Capital FM2, RP1, and RP2. And today, we're hanging out with Drax Project and finding out how these three things ultimately come together. We have Sam, Sean, Ben, and Matt that make up Drax Project, a combination of the words drums and saxophone. Saxophone. All coming from another island country in the Pacific, just like the Philippines, and I'm talking about New Zealand. Now, New Zealand is about a 10-hour-ish flight from Manila, but we have these four fellas coming at you instantaneously through the magic of quarantine technology, aka Zoom, right about now. Fellas, how you doing today?
Hey.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. All right, so just after lunch, what's a typical Kiwi lunch in New Zealand?
Oh, there's a couple of options. You got your fish. You got your chips. You got your fish and chips.
Fish and chips.
You got we have
a mince pie.
Yeah.
Kebab, mince pie.
Yeah.
We just had kebabs. There's a lot of food going on here, but I understand you guys have even more food going on.
In the Philippines, like rice is like an all-day, everyday thing. In New Zealand, is there like a similar food staple where you got to have this specific thing, like with every single meal?
Tomato sauce.
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Tomato sauce. We put it. It's
ketchup.
We put it on everything.
That's what I was gonna say. Like ketchup?
Yeah.
Very good
Okay.
tomato sauce.
I thought it was like a fancy tomato sauce, but apparently it's just like Heinz ketchup, right? Just
Yeah.
Fine.
It's so good, isn't it?
You have a mince pie with sauce on it. You have fish and chips with sauce on it.
Very healthy.
so basically,
Anything
when you
with
say
sauce
sauce, you mean tomato sauce, or for like the rest of the West, it's like just ketchup.
Yeah, ketchup.
Okay,
Yeah.
I learned something new today. Thank you for that.
Thank you, we've enjoyed.
Right. So let's go ahead and instead of starting from the beginning, let's just go ahead and start from the middle. Woke Up Late is your breakout single going multiple times platinum, and it got a ton of radio play here in the Philippines too, because I played it. So did it really come about? I read it on the internet. I was doing my, Googling you guys. Did it really come about when Sean forgot his wallet at Ben's place, came back for it at midnight, and instead of going to bed, you two just kind of kept jamming together?
That's exactly what happened.
Yep.
So the myth is true. The myth is true.
That's 100%.
That's true,
I was
yeah.
real grumpy as well. I was really wanted to go to sleep. Sean had been pesting the whole night, hadn't left. Finally left, and then he shows back up, being like, "I need to stay here. I can't get home."
And then you guys just started jamming together just to pass the time, or like?
We started the song.
Yeah, then we started writing the song. Then it was just like the riff and the beginning of the song.
Yeah.
The beginning of the first verse.
Okay, that's pretty cool then. So is a song like that, where basically a guy wakes up in a strange girl's bed, and who probably lost his wallet, right? An instance of like life imitating art, or art imitating life? And if the latter, whose life was that? Was it Sean's, Sam's, Matt's, Ben's? Someone wake up in a strange girl's bed and inspire the song?
Well, that is the ultimate question, and
I think it's a bit of both. I think it's art imitates life, life imitates art. They're both kind of complementing each other. Yeah.
All right.
And
I was hoping to get a specific answer. Like, yeah, it was Ben. It was all Ben.
I think lots of people have had that experience from time to time. So
Right. That's why it's
I
kind of
see where you're
relatable.
going with that. I see where you're going.
I'm trying to get some juice.
A little bit, just a little bit.
No, you've done some great research so far. You actually absolutely nailed that the earlier on. That's how the song started.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. All right. Well, so let's go back to the beginning again. The beginning. Originally, all of you were studying music, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, Matt, and Sam were studying jazz at the New Zealand School of Music, and Ben was at a different music school, kind of just up the road from us.
So was it like a John Mayer thing or a Mark Zuckerberg thing, where you guys are all studying music, well, except for Mark Zuckerberg, and then you drop out of college, and then you go all in on making music? I didn't get that far in my Google research. Like was it like a John Mayer thing, Mark Zuckerberg thing? You drop out of college and then you go, let's just do this, all music, all the way or no way.
We actually all thankfully finished our degrees.
Okay.
That took a little longer, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Mainly because that's where we were rehearsing, and if we dropped out, then we wouldn't have been able to use the band rooms anymore.
That's
like
true.
a year after we weren't going there. Oh, because Matt took. Yeah,
Matt was there. Yeah.
Matt was there.
But we kind of got together spontaneously through busking or playing together originally, and then Sean and Matt went busking on the streets just to earn some extra money. And then it kind of just developed from there, and we realized that we wanted to write our own original music, and we got together with Ben, and things kind of just spiraled from there, I guess.
Yeah. We were learning jazz and playing jazz music during the day, and then at night time we're kind of like the Masked Crusaders playing pop covers on the streets.
The Masked Crusaders. Okay, so speaking of jazz, like the legendary B.B. King started off on the streets of Mississippi too, right?
Yeah.
Now busking, for us in the West, I guess, but it's like basically performing on the street, right?
It's exactly that.
Totally. Yeah.
And that's how all of you guys got together.
Kind of.
That's how Sean and I, the very beginning, drums and sax, Drax. That's
where we started.
But also,
on the street.
also Sam did do a little bit of busking with the bass. So I don't think, did we go busking with you? Maybe
I only
one time.
contributed by giving you guys money.
Ben gave us money on the street.
Yeah, that was kind of maybe how we did it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a cent.
He wants his money back.
He wants his money. I'm sure you made it back. So like what song, like you guys would do covers, so what song would usually bring in the biggest crowds, or at least the most money or the biggest tips?
We were busking back in the day with Thrift Shop by Macklemore was just huge.
Okay, yeah.
That sax line was just relentless.
You know
We would play every 20 minutes.
That's the beauty of busking, is that your crowd recycles every 20 minutes. So you only get a 20-minute set.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. New song.
But
Same song.
And
What else did we play?
there's one song that we still play now, sometimes, Cry Me a River by Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we still play that song. That was a really good one. But
That reminds
we
me
got
of my
some-
ex.
I'm sorry, bro. Stop talking about it.
It's all right.
But yeah, we got to a point where we realized that we didn't want to just play other people's music anymore. We really wanted to play our own music and to try and like push things further with that. So
Right.
Yeah.
Eventually, all artists go through that stage. It's like, man, great artists copy, but I forgot what the Steve Jobs line was. But then he also stole that line from Da Vinci or something. But anyway, so I didn't know that. So like every 20 minutes, because if I'm imagining myself, I'm not gonna sit there for a whole hour or stand there for a whole hour. So it's like 20 minutes and then a fresh new crowd, right?
yeah.
So it's kind of like radio. People are like, why is radio always playing the same song? It's because you're not sitting there in your car for an hour listening to us. You're sitting in your car maybe for 20, 30 minutes, and then the fresh new audience comes in. So we had to repeat the same song as well for our audience. So, okay, cool, 20 minutes. Now, as they say, the rest is history. Eventually working with artists like Ed Sheeran, Camila Cabello, Christina Aguilera, and of course, Haley Steinfeld. And now, I was so tempted to do Fetty Wap's Yeah Baby, but I cannot do it because he always says Yeah Baby, right? There you go, exactly. It's like DJ Khaled, he goes, another one, but yeah, Fetty Wap says Yeah Baby. How do you end up collaborating with Fetty Wap?
Oh, man. Well,
do you call him up or do you send him a tweet or something?
We faxed him. We wanted him on the song. It's like the day we wrote it, with already thinking about features. He was the first person to pop up. We all love his music, and luckily also he's on the same label as us over in the States. So we're able to send him the song through his people. He heard it, and he obviously had to like it before putting a verse on. So the fact that he even likes the song is enough validation for me. Fetty is the man. But the day that he sent the vocals back, that was one of those moments we'll never forget, I feel.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It was real cool. And we all went crazy in the studio.
Is it like with Haley Steinfeld? What was the story with Haley Steinfeld coming on to Woke Up Late?
It was honestly a pretty similar story.
Oh, okay. Same label as well?
To be on the song.
She actually heard it first.
Yeah, we were touring with Camila Cabello at the time, and through that connection, like there's got mutual friends and stuff, and the song kind of found a way to Haley, and then she approached our team being like, I really like the song, can I jump on it?
Cool.
And,
Yes.
And again, as they say, the rest is history, right? Now, I was curious about your writing process. Like, how do you come up with a specific song? And I bring this up because one of my favorite albums for last year was Tyler, the Creator's Igor. And he did this podcast with Rick Rubin. And in it, Tyler talks about what gets him off first. All right. And for him, it's like a chord or a chord progression. So for you guys, what is it for you when you go, God, yeah, that's a good one? Is it the chords? Do you start off with the lyrics? Do you start off with the beats? Or like, do you come off of a memory where you woke up in a strange girl's bed and that's how it starts with the story? How does it work for you?
Often, to be honest, a lot of our songs are written when Ben brings in like a little guitar riff, something that's just like a repeated motif, and we usually build melodies off that and then structure everything else around that. Sometimes it's different. Sometimes there might be like a idea, a concept for what we want the song to be about, but most often, and I think probably most of our best work has come from that sort of process. Either that or maybe like a little piano like keys thing, but yeah,
some kind of like riff where it's like the chords and there's like a tempo and a melody kind of all combined into one thing. It's just like a clear, this is the direction for the song. That's how Firefly came together. It started with just like a little riff that's throughout the whole song.
It's almost always music first before lyrics. Like, you wouldn't believe the number of song ideas we have that are just us mumbling lyrics over a beat. No words. Mumbling lyrics. Mumbling sounds over a beat with no lyrics.
No.
And then sometimes we'll try to fit words into it. Sometimes we'll start with a couple of words, but lyrics are definitely the last thing we do most of the time.
It's the last thing that we finish anyway.
Firefly with like the lyrics and the melody came together at the same time though.
Yeah,
it was like, it's just sometimes it all comes together at once, and Firefly was definitely one of those songs that was just like
the magic happened.
Yeah, it was just like everyone's light bulb came on at the same time, and everyone's just
I guess I've always had it backwards. I always thought the lyrics or the story would come first, and then you would develop the melody, the chord progression, and the beats after.
Everyone's different.
So many people, that's how they do it.
Yeah, I think it's just like because we're musicians first, like we're all like we were all training to like be musicians and play jazz or just music in general, and so like that's kind of, I think, how we approach music. But yeah, like we work with people all the time that lyrics is the first thing they come up with. Like they write poems and they turn those poems into songs. We haven't done too much of that, but yeah.
But jazz seems like a perfect place to start. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but like there's pretty much I don't want to say no structure to jazz, but it's more free flowing.
Yeah, we know what you're saying.
There's a lot of improvisation. There's like it's like a
spontaneity. There's like lots of spontaneity to it, and that kind of
it's like a color in what is it called? Color
But I think that translates, or for us, it has translated quite well to the writing process in the way that we do it, because we just will hum melodies and bits and pieces, kind of like improvising when you're playing a jazz solo, trying to figure out what the best melody parts are over the song. It's a little bit less like we're not standing in front of a crowd playing a solo, and once the solo's done, the solo's done. We're going back over and listening to all of these improvised melodies, but it's kind of there's some relation there, I think, between how we create those things.
We can also communicate, like learning music, the theory behind it. We can communicate quickly. So if someone's playing a chord, we think we could try something else. We can easily just be like, oh, why don't you try this instead of this, rather than trying to find things.
Like you're shooting in the dark, right?
Yeah,
you kind of
there's a bit of it.
Right. Yeah. So from creating music, and when you released your album last year, your first, your self-titled debut album, how do you know what to cut?
Oh
wow! As we just cut the trash.
That one's not good. It's not as good as the last 10 or last 12.
I think like Yeah, we have so many songs now that are like, I don't even know we'll ever see the light of day, but all of us, I would say like 99% of the time agree.
There's a bit of a voting process as well.
Uh-huh.
None of us are
No.
like, this
Yes.
at no point have we been like, a song has been like kind of finished and then like one person hates it and 3 people love it. Like, it's
Yeah.
never really been the case. It's like, all of us are kind of like, yeah, this is a good song, or
It's not. Yeah, but also there are some songs which we haven't released, and I don't know what will happen to them. Maybe they will be released, but they're really amazing songs, and we all know that they're really amazing songs. But the context hasn't been right for us to release them, or like they just haven't sounded as good as we know they could sound yet. So I think that's also part of it. Understanding like the context of the whatever you're releasing, and in the context of an album, figuring out what songs go together, and that is part of it.
Yeah, it's kind of like Firefly. Like we've been working on a bunch of music, and we've got a lot more songs like lined up, kind of ready to go. Firefly, we just happened to finish before the other ones. We like got the features sorted, and sent it to mix, and we got it back, and everyone's happy with it. We're like,
That felt right.
I guess we'll put this one out then. That's the same, literally the same with Woke Up Late as well. It was just the first one that we finished. So we put it out. It's like,
All right, so it's like, it's very unlike an election. There's like a very clear winner. Yes, like, yes, this must go on the album.
Sometimes.
Right.
I think we have.
I don't know. We don't know, dude.
Yeah,
We have no idea.
You just go with your,
what we're doing.
you just go with your gut.
We have this weird, like, unspoken mental communication where we just all kind of agree on it. I don't know.
We just know if like
There are bangers that are just like undeniably like that one has to be on
That
there.
has to be
It's
on
just-
there, yeah.
It's like,
All right, so
it's
some
more-
quick questions. Like one answer in 1 second. Whatever pops in your head, just go with your gut. Yeah? All right,
That's
first,
good.
your one must-have while you're on the road, except, and I know everyone says this, except noise-canceling headphones.
Oh my God! That's all we were gonna say.
Exactly. No, you cannot use noise-canceling headphones.
What else is there?
Okay.
Ben,
Let's
Matt,
hit the switch.
Sean, Sam.
A switch.
Yeah, Switch. I love my Switch.
Okay.
Slides, like when you like shower slides, the most comfortable thing when you're going through an airport.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to undo your laces or anything. You just it's great.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
gotta try those out.
a water bottle that keeps your the water cold. Is
Okay.
nothing better than
Or flask.
like waking up from like.
And you're putting water in the water bottle, right?
on a flight. Yeah, absolutely. But you like ice cold water, and then you're like on like a 12-hour flight, and you've just got this like ice cold water.
Right. Okay.
You wake up and you're all
Yeah.
Matt, you've had a long time to think.
I know, he's like,
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Do you play Smash Bros?
I do play Smash Bros.
We have to play sometime, bro.
Who's
All
your
right,
guy?
that's awesome.
Who's your character?
All right. Okay. Yes or no? Pineapples on pizza.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
No.
Yeah.
50-50. All right, one final question, guys. If you could have, there's a major highway in the Philippines called EDSA, EDSA. It's an acronym for an even longer word. It's like the #1 major highway in the Philippines. Now, if you could have one billboard on EDSA, what would you have it say?
Drax Project is the ultimate 4-piece.
Listen to Firefly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Listen to Firefly.
that
would be some kind of shameless self-promotion.
yeah.
How many people do you think would drive past that in one day?
Man, a couple hundred thousand.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Something to do with our band.
I always thought just like saying being blatant, like listen to Drax Project.
Yeah.
That's all it says.
That's what it's
No.
No, like what is like nothing about any, just listen to Drax
And
Project.
just Max face in a circle with 2 thumbs up.
Like this. Oh, we got to green screen that and Photoshop all that.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, fellas, for hanging out with us today, all the way here in the Philippines from New Zealand. Awesome stuff, and giving us a sneak peek into your lives.
Great.
Thank you.
Great to talk.
Thanks for
And,
playing our music.
and of course, you guys have brand new single out right now. Just check it out. Drax Project featuring Fetty Wap, Firefly.
Go get it.
Yeah, go get it. All right, so there you have it, ladies and gents. I present to you, which side they are on the screen. It's Drax Project. Show your love and support for more international music coming to the Philippines, and requests for their latest single on the Republica FM1 87875. Of course, how we do it here in the Philippines, all commercial free. And that has been FM1 Spotlight, brought to you by radio stations under Philippine Broadcasting Service, Republica FM1, FM1 Davao, Capital FM2, RP1, and RP2. My name is Kyle. I'll see you when I see you. And until then, I'll catch you on the airwaves Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. God bless and much love. Drax Project.
Here you go.
Thanks, man.
See ya.